Hey guys, so today I have some quail eggs in the incubator that we're going to be candling and saving the good ones and putting the incubator in lockdown. So if you don't know, it takes 17 days in the incubator for quail eggs to hatch. On day 14, which is today, you put the eggs on lockdown, and that means you take them off of the self-turning rack that's inside the incubator, take that out, lay them flat on the little tray inside, put the humidity up to 70-ish% or so for the last 3 days, and you don't touch them at all. We're gonna fill up the water, take them out, candle them one at a time. I'll show you guys a few of them just to show you what it looks like when it's a good egg, what it looks like when it's obviously not a good one, and then if I can find one that's kind of iffy, and you can kind of see the difference of a good one, a bad one, and one kind of in between. So all right, so this is my incubator. It's just, I think it's a Form Innovators, and it has a little day counter, humidity, and the temp. Keep the temp at about 100 and or 99.5, and it'll fluctuate from 99 to 100. And then inside here you can see my quail eggs. I think I have about 50. And they're sitting on that self-turning rack. So what happens is there's a little motor that'll turn those racks side to side, and it'll keep the yolk from sticking to the side of the egg. If you don't have this motorized rack, you would have to manually move the eggs every day or twice a day for 14 days. Spend the money if you're going to do this. Get you a self-turning rack and save yourself the headache. You don't want to have to mark it with a Sharpie and make sure they're turned correctly all the time. So we'll open this up. I'll get a glass of water. I'll show you how to fill in the racks, and then we'll start candling. All right, so this is the rack outside of it. You can see the little motor. It goes to this little dial here, and it just spins slowly, slow. And it'll turn these side to side. Here is the inside. I need to get this up. All right, so I had to get a little ink pen to pick this up. This is what the eggs will sit on. And then you can see the water tray. So what I'm gonna do is, normally I have pretty good luck just filling both of these grooves and channels in the bottom full of water. And that'll put me about 70% all the way through hatch. And then we should be good for there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'll turn off the light, set up my camera, and I'm just gonna be taking a spare phone I have, turning it to the flashlight on, and then we'll see if you can see it clearly enough to show in this video. So, all right, so let's see if we can get this to show it all. So if you put this up against here and you don't see anything at all, and you can kind of see a green thing, it doesn't come out too well on the camera, but you should be able to see a little line right here, and it's a lime green, and then the rest of it is actually black, completely black. So this is a good one. And I'll just keep grabbing them one at a time, and I like to just put them at the bottom. Oh, there you go. It's a little better there. You can kind of see it illuminated a little bit, and it's kind of a red tinge. That means this is also a really good egg. The whole thing looks black except this little air pocket at the very top. Oh, that one's good. It looks white on the camera, but in person, where you see that shiny semicircle on the top is actually the air bubble, and it is lime green. So my strategy for this is to look for the pointy end and check the opposite side. And I need to turn the camera light off. There we go. So if you, there it is. You can see the lime green now. So that is the only spot that's light up. So this is a good one. If you would put it at the bottom or anywhere on here and it was a bad egg, the entire thing would illuminate. This one's kind of an in-between. You can see how there's a lot more illumination going on. It's not a solid color. So I would say that this one's not going to hatch. And we'll put this one off to the side and call it not good. This one's obviously good. Just that little bitty piece is being illuminated. All right, I'm going to keep going and checking these eggs. And when I find a bad one, I'll turn the camera back on and show you guys. All right, so I found one egg that should be pretty obvious that it's not good. Yeah, there you go. So you can clearly tell that this entire egg is lit up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, if my thumb will block that light coming back on us. But yeah, that is definitely not a good one. I don't think this one was fertilized. You can't see any dark spots in there at all. So this is what you're looking for bad eggs. Just completely lit up. All right, so we're done sorting all the eggs. It looks like we had 8 eggs that were questionable or obviously bad. I put about 53 eggs in here, I think. And I didn't mention this yet, but these are the James Marie Farms Jumbo Pharaoh, which is a type of Coturnix quail. I've had eggs from him since I started this about 3 years ago, and he's done really well for me. They have a bunch of large eggs, and I actually have an egg that was laid this morning that's significantly smaller, the size of a marble. I'm going to go grab that and show you guys the difference. All right, so I came over here to my kitchen, and this is the egg that was laid today. It's the size of about a marble. And if I get one of the normal sized ones, that's the difference. So the ones that I'm hatching are about this size, and the one that is a marble was laid today. I've had some that were twice this size, which was insane, but 99% of the time you get ones about like this. All right, so I just remembered I have my scale that I use to measure my herbicides with when I spray my yard. And we can go ahead and put this here. About 13 grams. And then this one here is 4.5 grams. So it may not have looked that big of a difference with the camera, but yeah, 13 grams. All right, so we'll just take the top and we'll put it back on. Put this back on, let it heat up, and we'll be 3 more days and they'll start hatching. All right, so once that 3-day mark is over, I'll say about 60 to 70% of the eggs that will hatch on those days. Now, I normally let it go about 3 full days after the 17th day. So the 17th, 18th day, most of your birds will hatch. I let them go for 24 hours, let everything hatch that is going to hatch, and take out everything that's dried. So their feathers are completely fluffy. There's no moisture left on them at all, and they'll be ready to go into the brooder in the garage. Now, I will close it back up and let it go for about another day or two for day, I don't know what I say, 19 and day 20, maybe 21, if I'm really trying to get every bird I can out of that hatch. But generally, day 17, 18 is where the majority of your birds will hatch. And then day 19, 20, maybe 21 if you had a few stragglers. But I normally don't let it go past day 20. And then in this group, I actually have somebody get contacted me and asked me if I would hatch them out a few birds. So this is kind of a hatch for him, and whatever he doesn't want to take, I'll just go ahead and build up my flock as well. So hopefully this video helped you guys out on how to candle your eggs with Coturnix quail, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.